Hey guys, it's Victor. Gimmeabreakman. I just started a video, but the battery failed. I'm using a better battery now. Replugged in. I'm behind Nagoya Station now, and I'm reconnecting my GoPro to a little. I use this little clip here, see, and it's got a magnet on there, so I can clip it onto magnetic things. I mean, metal, metallic things. But I wanted to show you, as I stopped here to change batteries, I found someone threw away this little piece of artwork. I think it's kind of neat. I like shit like that. Screwing the clip in. Now I'm going to put this onto my backpack and we're going to get started. There we go. This goes onto my backpack. Here's some water bottles to keep the cats away, which of course never really works. But motorcycle and a crown, Toyota crown. There we go. Okay, we are ready. We're right behind Nagoya Station, and it's about 9. What time is it? It's 8:46 a.m. So it should be pretty crowded. Let me see. I called up Scott Unrest yesterday. He did a video about YouTube stars and sexual predators and stuff, and basically, I thought it was a good video, but I thought he needed to get. It's kind of long, meandering. And I thought he should, what the hell? I'm kind of lost now. Sumimasen! No. Nagoyaki to dochi? Nagoyaki? Achi? Hi. Completely lost my bearing. Of course, it's right there. Look at the buildings. Look at the construction here. They're ripping this house apart. I always think that's kind of neat. Oh, cool. 見てるだけかっこいい面白い見たことないからこれ壊してるですね今から壊してる頑張って Anyway, I said, oh, you guys are tearing that down, right? Pretty obvious, but you know, that's Japan. Obvious conversations, you know. Hey, it's a hot day. It's a cold day. Oh, it's humid. You got it. Anyway. Hey, how are you? Are you talking to me? Yeah, there's no one else in the room. Yeah. Well, life is kind of like that. I mean, we like to criticize the Japanese language for that. It's part of the language. And we're in Nagoya Station. Okay, so I was telling Scott he should get to the point quicker, because the point he was making was to if you meet a YouTube star or whatever, that's a ridiculous thing to say. That's an oxymoron. If you meet a YouTuber that you like very much, then be careful, because they might be a scumbag. That wasn't what he was. That really wasn't what he was saying. But I mean, how do I cross here? But I think he should have started with that. Like, that's the first thing he should have said, and then he should go on and explain that it's silly to it's silly to, we're not heroes, and it's silly to lionize us and to treat us special, right? Which of course I agree with. I will tell you though, that if you've never been on YouTube and you start suddenly getting subscribers, I mean, you get on YouTube and start getting subscribers, there's a kind of a weird initial rush of like, oh my God, I'm getting subscribers. Oh. Look at this. This is a tour group over here. See? So the woman carrying the white flag there. So that means she's leading the tour group. Okay. They look like they're actually Japanese. Sometimes they'll be like, obviously from another country. I think we can break some laws here. Oh no, it's green. Okay. Whoa. Wind my way through these streets here. Kind of tough. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Get to the point. That's what I was trying to say. Get to the point. So I'll get to the point right now after that long meandering intro. The internet has made us stupid. That's my point. You would think the internet would have made us all smarter, because it gives us these opportunities to learn so much. Everything's at our fingertips, right? But And then, of course, that still exists. I mean, it has the possibility, the potential to do that when used properly, but I fear that it's not being used that way, of course. The internet has given us the opportunity to learn, but instead what it's doing is reinforcing stupidity and giving people with crazy ideas, they're feeding those crazy ideas, and it's helping people with stupid ideas and crazy ideas find people of like mind, and it's helping idiots, groups of idiots, grow their ranks. So if you were an anti-vaxxer back in the day, before internet, if you had any doubts about it, it was hard for you to find other people who supported you, so you probably didn't act on those so much, or, you know, those remained, you believed your doctors, which you should. You really should. For example, and if you were a flat earther, like you just couldn't understand how the earth could be round, you go on the internet, you'll find other people putting out videos about the flat earth, or people who deny dinosaurs existed, you know, things like that. All those people are now given the internet as a platform to grow their ranks, and that's a shame. Yeah, so the internet has that potential, which is I don't know what we can do about that, you know. Everybody trusted doctors until the internet. Now, and I know you've heard this before, but now your old friend from high school seems to know more than Dr. Fauci or any other doctor out there. Anyway, the other day on Facebook, I wrote something about Trump, and some guy came by and dropped comments about Biden being a sexual molester and how he likes to sniff little girls, which, you know, but there's something that's sad about our society regarding children, and that is that you cannot show any affection towards children without possibly being labeled a pedophile, right? Which is a shame, because I love kids. I mean, I kind of did not love kids before I had kids, but now that I've had kids, I see the world a little bit differently, and I see other kids and I smile at them, and I congratulate their parents, and when I see someone with like 3 kids, I'm like, oh man, you're brave, 3 kids. Which is, you know, you rarely see 4 kids, but you do see 3 kids in Japan. Anyway, yeah, but you know, I think it's not so bad in Japan, but I think in the States, it's much worse. You can't show any affection towards kids at all because you're a pedophile. Right? Yeah, so Biden sniffing little girls' hair. So I don't think it's a big deal. It's not. I think if you were really a pedophile, you would hide that shit. And think about that. If you're really a pedophile, you would not be. You would do your best to hide that and stay away from people like that. But anyway, my point is. Look how beautiful up there, huh? Look at that, buildings up there. My point is, Biden does not compare to the allegations. The allegations against Biden do not compare to the allegations against Trump. That's what I want to say. So anyway, this guy came by on my Facebook and dropped some links showing some videos of Biden sniffing girls. You know, some of those have been kind of edited and slowed down. I'm like, oh, dude, you really gonna open up that can of worms? Come on. I mean, Trump's got so much. What is it? I think there are like 26 allegations of sexual impropriety and quite a few allegations of rape. People actually suing him, trying to get him. There's a woman. A few of them are quite respected, and there's no reason for them to lie. But anyway, whatever. I know that nothing I say will ever make a Trump supporter doubt their God. You know what's funny though is that when Obama was president, the news talking heads like Alex, what's his name? The guy who always screams about frogs, gay frogs. I forgot his name. They acted like the left considered Obama the second coming or the Messiah, But we never did. I mean, I guess, yeah, I'm on the left. I don't think they ever did or we ever did. And when Obama screwed up, the big differences were when Obama screwed up, everyone admitted it, including Obama. Right? Including Obama, yeah. You know, they asked him about things he regrets during his presidency. He's got a whole list of things he regrets. And if you ask supporters, you know, like, yeah, we don't like this and that. For example, the Obamacare is not perfect at all. Ideally, there would be a public option, just like Japan has, where just so you know, everyone in Japan pays into the public health system here. It's the law. When you first come to Japan, your first year here, before you've even you've made any money, you have to pay $15 a month. No, is that right? Yeah, $15 a month about. Then, when the next year rolls around, they look at your salary for the last year and they estimate your healthcare on that. You know, they base it on that. So if you did really well last year, you'll pay more healthcare. But there's a maximum. It tops out at about less than $600. 60,000 yen, I think, 63,000 yen. Which is actually pretty easy to top out at. I mean, I'm at the highest bracket now, so, and that's minimum healthcare. So you've got healthcare, right? And on top of that, people have private healthcare that supplements it, right? So, for example, I'm with a private carrier, and if I go to the hospital, which is rare, but it has happened 3 years ago, I went to the hospital for pneumonia for 1 week. They pay me a certain amount of money every day, 5,000 or 10,000 yen a day, on top of my health care, paying most of the medical bills, which is pretty good. There's a white couple here. You don't see that much in Japan. Of course, the foreigners always do things a little bit differently. I've seen people with these baby carriers, but only foreigners. I've never seen Japanese people with them. It's a good idea, though. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Yeah, so the Obamacare. Obamacare doesn't have that option. Though I'm pretty sure he wanted that, but you know, he couldn't get that through, so they settled, you know. And here's the thing, they brought something that saved quite a few lives, but it really inconvenienced a lot of people too. But you know, we're a society, so if someone's got to pay a lot of money to have healthcare so the rest of society can literally live and not die, I think that's part of society. It's unfortunate, you know, but I mean, you're born into, most people didn't choose to be born in America, so a lot of people are like, I don't want to pay any taxes at all. I understand that. I do understand that, actually. But once you start making use of that, once you become part of the society, and you start using things like the police, the fire services, the fire stations, public transport, libraries, public schools, once you start using all that, it's kind of hard to claim that you don't have to pay taxes. And I think health insurance is part of that, or should be. I'm gonna run this red light, just get ahead of these people. Yeah. Anyway, so Obama screwed up quite a bit, but people still like him, but no one thinks he's goddamn Jesus, and no one denies that he screwed up. See, that's a big difference. People act like Trump didn't do anything, and they believe the lies, which is just bizarre to me. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to this. This is a long story about a guy, one person I have blocked on Facebook. So he dropped some links about Biden. I don't remember him. You know, I have like thousands of people who, because of YouTube, I've become friends with on Facebook, but I don't really know who a lot of them are. So I went to his page to see who this guy was. I couldn't remember him. Turns out he's an anti-vaxxer. So, but you know, I can't tell if he's anti-vax because of corona. He's against the corona vaccine or all vaccines. He tells me, I'll ask him in the DMs, you know. are you an anti-vaxxer? Are you against all vaccines or just corona vaccines? He goes, well, pretty much all. I said, okay, well, I'm just not going to waste any time on this guy. So I just block him. I said, good luck, man, but I can't waste any more time on people like this. The thing is, I understand the doubt, you know, and I understand that there are exceptions, but it's a little bit like wearing a seatbelt, you know. It's like saying, oh, I don't have to wear a seatbelt. It's the law. Everybody wears a seatbelt. But despite that, every year, 150 people die from seatbelt deaths in the USA. And you know, that's a lot of people, but it doesn't mean we should stop wearing seatbelts. I think the same thing goes for vaccines. And of course, it's more heartbreaking because it's a child. And you take your child to the doctor to get a vaccine. And deaths are, I think death rates are extremely low. Only people who have extreme low, like some immune deficiency problem before they go. Only those people are ever in danger, but everyone's scared of the autism, right? And there's never been any link. There's some guy in Canada, Shiv or something, Shiv Chopri, who noticed that autism rates are way up, like 1 in 55 now. He said 1 in 50, but it's more like 1 in 59. But still, that's a lot, because it used to be 1 in 2,000, right? But is it? I mean, a couple things. Just because the rate of autism has gone up at about the same time that medicine has improved and vaccines have improved, doesn't mean there's a direct correlation. A lot of things have changed at the same time, you know, chemicals in the atmosphere and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of things started happening about the same time that the rates of autism went up. To blame vaccines, I mean, there is a slight possibility it's true, but there's been no one who's been able to correlate that. There was some guy in England who made some fake science report, and then they proved him wrong. His license was taken away. I don't think doctors are like, to be honest, I mean, I've met a lot of doctors. Doctors don't care. They just want to be correct, right? So if there were a correlation, there'd be a lot more doctors saying, yeah, there's a correlation. Anyway, there isn't. But you're never going to change an anti-vaxxer's mind, no matter what you do. So I decided to block that person. And as I wrote my little Facebook post about how I blocked a person, well, the only person I have blocked on Facebook, I said, you know, but I'm not going to block flat earthers because they're not dangerous. But anti-vaxxers are dangerous because they're doing something that actually hurts society. Not believing the world is round doesn't really hurt society at all, right? I use a magnet on the thing. There's a magnet, right? So I can do this. It doesn't hurt society at all, right? But then I started thinking about people who support Trump. And look, there's an Uber guy right behind me. They're everywhere now. I started thinking about that, and you know, I do think that if you support a lot of what Trump does, you're actually hurting society. So, you know, I was faced with that dilemma. I mean, I can't just start blocking everybody who supports Trump, because that's a good part of America. Or can I? I guess that's the question, you know, do I want to be pure? And it's not like I'm trying to make some kind of, you know, bubble that, what's it called? You know, I forgot that, information bubble. So I only believe what the people around me believe. I'm not trying to create that kind of bubble, but, and I like to be exposed and challenged by new ideas, but most of the people who believe that stuff seem to be, in my opinion, immune to reason. And at this point, like I've said before, if you still support Trump after all the lies and the ridiculousness, and quite frankly, the immorality, you know, and the irresponsibility. I mean, the guy gets COVID, he's a fucking president of the United States. Excuse me. He's a friggin', I said, friggin' president of the United States, I mean. He got COVID? Like, that was really irresponsible. What if he had died? He would have put all of America in danger because having your president, your leader die is not good. It's not a good look. Other countries are going to maybe take advantage of that, you know. So I wouldn't recommend. He should have protected himself better. It was just irresponsible for him, you know, to do that, I think. And then coming out and saying maybe I'm immune, that's just stupid. You know, he doesn't understand shit, you know. And apparently he was contagious beforehand. You know, this goes on. But the thing is, you cannot trust anything he says. I mean, would you be surprised if he knew that he was contagious before the Biden debate? I mean, he could have killed Biden, you know. These guys, these two police officers on the left are not really police officers. They're parking the bicycles, I believe, or maybe smoking. Oh, I think biking. Yeah. Anyway, they're not real cops. I think they just. But their uniforms instilled a ingrained respect in me to not cross the red light, which is stupid. Yeah, so I started thinking about that and how you can't really block all the Trump supporters. But I have a friend, we used to be really close, but I haven't talked to him in a while because anytime I bring up politics with Trump, I questioned him about it once. I said, I don't understand, because I'm pretty sure he's pro-life or pro-choice. I'm sorry, pro-choice. That's another bullshit label, pro-life. He's pro-choice. And I don't understand what appeals to him. Like he's pro-healthcare. He thinks we should have that, right? But at the same time, he's pro-Trump. When I try to reason with him, he kind of flipped out on me. I like watching people work here, clean up the park. I think that would be a nice job to have. I think a lot of these guys are retired and they just want something to do. I know that back in the day, retired salarymen would work at stations for 100 yen an hour, $1 an hour, just tidying up the bicycles, you know, putting the bicycles in their proper places. Because people park and then run into the subway. But these guys would stand around and tidy up the bicycles, put them in order, and so people could get in and out easier. Things like that. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, we were talking about Trump. I gotta I need a notebook for my brain. Put a little check mark so I come back to this. Yeah. So anyway, my friend, he flipped out. He's like, God damn it! Don't talk to me about that. And then after that, I felt like I couldn't even talk to him because I like bringing up shit like whatever happens in the news, you know. But he once said well, Trump's his guy, and he showed pity for him. Oh, all the media's against him. Don't you feel sorry? It's so unfair kind of vibe. And I'm like, he's a fucking billionaire, maybe. I mean, who knows? But why would you feel sorry for that guy? He doesn't feel sorry for anybody. He likes winners. He doesn't like losers, right? There's no pity. So I don't know. So anyway, I hadn't talked to him for a while, and I contacted him a week or so ago. I don't know, just say hi. Or he said, why don't we talk anymore? You know, we used to talk a lot. I said, I'm just busy, which is true. I mean, but I also don't feel comfortable talking to him if you're gonna flip out on me. And I want friends that I can just say anything I want to, you know. I don't have to worry about friends flipping out on me. It's not comfortable. So I avoid talking to him. I don't like that mentality of it. You can't defend what you believe. I mean, if you're just defending him for no reason, like he's a baseball team that you're going to stick with no matter what, well, that's one thing. Or if you're rich and you like the taxes, I can understand that. But if you can't give a good reason, I don't know. Anyway, this is what he said. He said, I would like to think that our relationship is above politics. But I don't think it's just politics. I think it's a matter of morality. You know, I think it's a matter of morality. You have to draw a line. And I'm not saying to hate these people, but I mean, you can't defend your position, right? Or you defend it with obvious lies that have been misproven time and time again. There's so many of them. So many. For example, Trump claiming that he closed China off. He stopped travel from China. He didn't. Anyone who was American could still come over. And apparently, if I remember right, like 50,000 Americans still traveled after his supposed ban. So what did that stop? It's not like Americans weren't immune from bringing it over. And number two, a lot of the corona cases in the States actually came through Europe. So if he'd been smart, you know, he would have banned all travel from everywhere. Yeah, they just found some corona cases in California recently that apparently they traced back to Europe. So not California. I mean, not China. So there you go. Anyway. In Japanese, translated it means they're close enough to fight, or they're such good friends that they can fight. And that's the kind of friends I'd like. You know when you watch TV shows like Suits or Friends, even Friends. One of the things that I think we enjoy as humans is the catharticism, is that it? Catharsis, yeah, catharsis, that's it. The catharsis of watching people insult each other. Because that's something we don't really get away with. I mean, but on those TV shows, those people treat each other pretty meanly, pretty badly. But they stick together, they're still friends, you know, it doesn't destroy the relationship. And I like that. So, what time is it now? I've got a little time. So, I've been working mostly on my bench press recently, not my pull-ups. So I haven't done this in a while, but I used to come here when I have a little extra time, kind of out of the way. My school's actually back the other way, but anyway, I'll let you guys laugh at how bad in shape I am. Let me see. How can I click this one? Oh, you know what? Yeah. And for ultimate, can I click this here? Try to click this here maybe. Will that work? There's nothing to click this onto. Maybe, excuse all the moving around, there we go. Click and hold. Well, that holds, okay. There we go. So anyway, thanks for watching me. I'll close out the video with me doing pull-ups. Never give up. I'm gonna keep the backpack on because it's got a lot of books and my computer in there. So it'll be more difficult than usual. Weighted. Chin-ups. Yeah, so much harder with weight. All right. We'll walk over here and watch this man put his cans away. I'll ask him. Whew. Oh. おはようございます。ちょっと聞いていいですか？はい。それっていくらもらえる？これ全部。
キロレット。キロ50円。
50円？これどれぐらいある？
これでまあ25か30やな。
30、
1500円。
1500円ぐらい。ああ、すごい、頑張って。
50円や。
50円、1キロ50円。
やっぱりあれコロラで変わってるね。
ああ、ほんと変わるの？
コロラであれね、中国が動かやったら
ほんと。ああ、そう、そういうこと。
だけあるにはいいぞけど。
ございます。So he said it's 50 yen kilogram, and that's about 1,500 yen. And it says the price goes up and down. Something about China, I guess. Maybe it depends on the China price. They export it to China. I guess they buy it. I don't know. Kind of interesting, huh? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Always. Have a great day, everyone. Do your best. Be good. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye. Yeah, bye.